right. Hello, hello. Greetings to all the earthlings and everybody who survived that week. It actually ended up being a decent week to end the week, but man, I had to battle. It was a real battle. I ended the week red, um, barely, but uh, yeah, it was it was a battle. Um, but we do have some decent price action developing. Still a bunch of indecisions and uh, just random news coming out, crazy spikes. So you just have to be mindful when you're in your trades. Um, but starting with the bonds, as always, I do expect some dollar relief, some inflation relief because of oil. So as we see, we have a little divergence here, the potential target. So it looks like we're just coming back into this range a little bit. Um, I do expect at least 1 or 2 days of upside for the bonds um, to start the week. Uh, so for Dixie, obviously, that would mean we'll just go over to Dixie now. Yeah, we could use this one. Um, actually, yeah, let's use this one. So we ended the week with a crazy red candle. Um, but yeah, there we go. Let's start here. Here's my Dixie outlook. I'm still bullish, right? I'm still bullish until we come up into this range a little bit, filling this monthly gap that was created. And again, my overall outlook is this, right? So somewhere in this area. But if we just go over to this daily, I don't know if what we do is, sorry, let me turn my pointer on. I don't know if what we do first, let me just turn my scribble on. If we come down first and then we move up to fill in this imbalance, um, this, yeah, there we go, to fill up this imbalance, or if we actually move up first to fill in the imbalance and then move down and then create something, right? Um, Scenario two is what I actually like to see first. I would like to see us move up into filling this volume imbalance. We have a slight one here on the daily as well, and then we've already tapped into our weekly gap. I believe we tapped into it barely. Yes, this is just the this is actually just the fill. Let me like this is actually our weekly gap right here. Yeah. So we barely tapped into it. Um, but what I would like to yeah, what I would like to see. Ooh, that's ugly. Let me just use this one. I would like to see us start the week like this. You know, boom, and then have all this sell side to run, and everybody's like, "Oh, we're short, we're short." Gotcha ass, right? That's what I want to see. That's what I would like to see from Dixie this week or going into next week. I don't know if we get this whole move, but I would like to see this specifically here um, to end the week. So moving on to Euro, um, we pretty much obviously always the opposite and the inverse. Um, I would like to see us start respecting this weekly gap, um, and then maybe come up, fill this imbalance here, and then we break. You know, so this is your this would be considered what some type of inducement, right? Oh, we broke structure here. Oh, I think this is exactly what you get this week. Everybody's like, oh, we broke structure here, right? Let's make it red. Oh, break a structure, yeah, yeah, yeah. Then we come up, got your ass. Oh, everybody, oh, now we're long. Oh, 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 got your ass. Then this is your real break. This is your real break. So, that's what I'm expecting this week for that. Um, Same thing on GU. Now, GU is it, it's a little we had these equal highs, right? And so this was my original target right here, these equal highs. Um, but now I think we get off into this to this area. Area is my kind of my reversal area. So if you look on the weekly, right, we have this. This is your weekly inversion, right? There's a slight weekly gap right here that we could possibly fill. Um, but refine that down to the daily. So um, it's your daily gap. So again, I expect maybe we start the week. Um, we come down. We do have a daily gap here. So maybe we come down, fill in the gap a little bit, come up here, fill in the gap, and then we run it. But I'm going to trade it both ways. I'm going to trade it long and short this week because I fully expect us to bounce between these ranges, right? So, um, but if you look, it's just a nice this leg up was a really nice leg up for structure. So, and now we're just creating a little sell side to get ran, and again, and then that just creates sell side on the other side to get ran. Not doing NZD this week. USD CAD. I've been waiting on this. I've been waiting on this since the third. No, not since the third, since the seventh. So after we broke this, I'm like, okay, but we just been slow crawling. This is all war related, right? All war related. But this is still what I expect. I expect this. Um, this is what I would like to see. If we move up, I'll be looking in this area to this 137, 800 area to get long here. Um, I'm moving through these so quickly just because I think they're pretty self-explanatory. Um, on USD CHF, this is interesting also. I'm pretty bullish here. Um, and one of my targets is going to be this monthly gap. That's actually going to be my original first target. Um, right. So, oops, let's see. So this is the previous month. This is my previous month range, right? This is my previous month range. We have just broken right at the 50%, right? Right, I mean, to the tick. I don't expect very much downside um, this week on here. So, just based on the way this closed, I would think that what we may do is come up again the first 2 days of the week. We come up to fill in this daily gap, right? Maybe get something like this, fill in this daily gap, right? We come down there, we fill in here, and then you know, and then it's up from there. And this will probably be a buy and hold for me, um, for a little while, because I don't see Chef recovering any strength. So this is actually going to be one of my plays of the week that I'm going to be looking for. Let me actually put this on my yellow list. Um, but definitely this is going to be one. Bitcoin, man, not really interested. Again, we're still in this range, this monthly range, right? Um, but you get the same thing. You get a drop, you get a rally, you get a drop, you get a rally. I want to see this thing rally up in here, fill in some of these imbalances. I really do before we get another drop. Might not get what I want, but it's what I would prefer to see. I would prefer to see back into this range a little bit, um, fill in some of this area here, and then drop. Um, ETH actually looks a little bit better for this. We have this gap to fill in, but we're doing the same thing. Drop, rally, drop, rally, and I would like to see some of this weekly imbalance, and then a drop. And again, if you look at ETH, if you look at this, just the projections here, this is your one standard here, and then our two standard lines up perfectly with our all of our sell side to get ran. So I would like to see a movement up here and then a drop. This is going to be my guy this week. On the daily, listen, we had to run up. Just a bunch of nonsense. This is all nonsense right here, right? A lot of people made a lot of money. A lot of people lost their shirt. Um, don't feel bad and don't feel good if you were on either side. Now we have some tradable conditions. And if you look at this 4 hour, it's just my favorite thing. So anyway, same thing with as in Bitcoin chart, right? You have your drops, you have your small rallies, then you have a drop, right? But now what we have is a larger rally here. And I'm expecting, right? Maybe come down to start the week, we bounce, right? Or maybe we bounce to start the week, right? So who knows? We come down here, come up, make a move, and then we drop, right? Or or we we find here and then we run everybody out and everybody's like, oh, we're long, got your ass, right? But I'm short gold. I'm not looking to buy. I will buy scalp. I will scalp on the way up, but I'm looking to. I'm short gold, and that's just that. I can't. I can't actively, confidently be long with this type of movement. Um, Silver, same thing. Um, Silver, you have this. I think this is a weekly volume imbalance, if I'm not mistaken. Yeah, you have this weekly volume imbalance here to fill. Um, on the daily, not much. It looks like everything's kind of been rebalanced, but who knows how high it can get. Um, but I don't see really silver having much strength either. So I would expect if we do bounce, it's going to be between this area, and then we'll see a drop as well. Um, Crude oil, not interested in. I think we come and listen. We have a bunch of sell side we could run. So maybe we get some relief at the pumps. Um, but who knows? Because they're saying they can't find the mines in the Strait of Hormuz. The president says that they're going in and clearing out stuff with the minesweeper. Um, Now, yesterday they announced that after 21 hours of negotiation, they can't come to a deal. And after the ceasefire and whatever, we all knew the ceasefire was going to be fake. And yeah, listen, the charts are going to tell you what's going on in the world. So you just have to be able to kind of actively, not even predict, just expect. But I I think maybe we get a little bit of relief, and then uh, who knows? I honestly. Who knows? But should we get some relief to the downside, it may be for 1 or 2 days. So fill up your gas tanks on Tuesday, Wednesday, and then buy you an electric car on Thursday. Um, we do have a volume imbalance here, to we could possibly. I don't think we get that low, honestly. But we have volume imbalance every. This is disgusting. This is actually disgusting. Um, So I'm not really interested in trading it, but this is just a real world effect with everything. Now, here is something that's interesting, and this could flip on a dime, but let me go to the 4 hour. This is a perfect chart. This is actually a perfect chart on ES. Um, and I do expect us to possibly retest 67.48, and then get a bounce from here. And I don't know if we come take out the highs. I don't know if we leave another failure swing. Um, but I'm going to trade both sides. I'm going to trade back into the range and out of the range or towards the highs. So, uh, I mean, there's no need to really draw it, but if we get a move here, you know, and then something like that, um, it's the same thing for NQ. Beautiful chart. Oops. I don't know I don't know how high we get. I don't know if we take the highs or if we leave equal highs or, um, we do have imbalances to fill, like let's say here, right? So that can be a target. Um, so we could start the week, you know, we could start the week filling in imbalances, and then everybody says, "Oh no, we're short," and then we're long or we're short. I don't know. We don't know. We don't predict. We just react. But we'll see when we get there, right? But let me move that. So could go either way. Let's just see how we start the week. I'm inclined to think we start the week short, though. I really am. I would like to see. I would actually like to see um, a gap down, and us to fill in this gap on the way down here. Same thing for YM. Another beautiful chart. This is actually beautiful. I got caught on the wrong side of this on the lower time frame, and as soon as I zoomed out to the 4 hour, I'm like, oh yeah, I'm definitely on the wrong side. So I was able to flip and make some money off of it, but I definitely got caught on the wrong side. But again, I would like to see us start the week here to move up, right? So I want my weekly candle to look like this on what for indices, right? Like this, like this, like this, this. This is your. This is Wednesday going into Thursday. This is Thursday. This is Friday, right? This is Friday. So I would like my weekly candle look something like that. So, um, and who knows? That'll happen with news, whatever they decide to say. Um, Euro. As far as euro and the pound, I expect more bullishness. So I expect euro to be a little stronger than the pound this week. Um, to start the week, we could fill in this weekly gap. Yeah, fill in this weekly gap and then move up. If that gap holds, if not, then if that gap doesn't hold, then I have euro weaker. All because there's nothing stopping it from these lows. So Aussie New Zealand, this is kind of 50-50 for me, but right now I expect us to come fill in some of this range. So I have Aussie a little um, weaker than New Zealand. However, because of all the gold related and economical, geopolitical stuff going on, I'm still going to keep Aussie as a stronger pair. Just for now. I'm going to trade Aussie versus New Zealand in the stronger pairs. So um, now I do have CAD Chef. I've been waiting on this. I've been waiting on this, literally just waiting on this, and we can't seem to get that. Can't seem to get here, but looks like this week is the week for this. I'm taking this trade no matter what. As soon as we enter this, right? I mean, as soon as we put this, I'm taking this trade. Um, just because I believe that this is this is what moves. I think you get the oil news flip, and again, oil up, cat up, right? I think you get the oil news flip in Wednesday, um, and then I think this just skyrockets. I think this just takes off. Um, and so I just want to make sure I'm in this trade, and I'll happily take the loss. So other than that, that's all I have this week, guys. Listen, grow your accounts, stack your fundeds, manage your money, pay attention to the news. You don't have to trade the news, just pay attention, know what's going on, right? Um, be mindful of your risk, especially in these times. Take your money off the table, right? Um, I've had several conversations with people about going break even and things of that nature, and you have to de-risk. You have to find a way to stay green every day, because if you keep compounding your green days, they could turn into green weeks, they turn into green months, they turn into green backs into your bank account. All right. So I catch y'all boys on the charts this week.